Cheevo, guys!
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another video. Today, I got some gameplay for you guys of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger HD on the Nintendo Switch. This game released on the Nintendo Switch on March 31st. It's going to be releasing on the PS4 sometime at the end of July, and then eventually it will be releasing on Xbox One. I can imagine in the next few months. Now, for those that don't know, this game originally released in 2002 on the GameCube, the PS2, and the original Xbox. If you happen to be a PC player, all three Ty the Tasmanian Tiger games are actually available on Steam.
This billabong has got the lot. Gum trees, wallabies, and even a koala. There's plenty to do here, so let's get a move on. Listen, mate, I solved your problem. I found you a second boomerang.
That's great! Where is it?
See that tree over there?
Yeah?
Well, it's not there.
Right. Well, where is it?
It's on top of Frillneck Peak.
Oh, great.
Oh, don't worry. You'll just have to jump, run, rang, and bite your way there while avoiding Boss Cass's henchmen. Look, mate, life wasn't meant to be easy.
A lot don't know, but there was actually a fourth one. It ended up being a side-scroller game, which I really, to be honest, was not a fan of. However, the first three games are 3D platformers, and those are all really awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I actually owned this game back in the day on the GameCube.
Beauty! Butler! Bonza! I got one!
Yeah. 1 down, 71 to go. Come on, let's get a move on.
I'm not too sure if Krome Studios has ever talked about it, but I think that they should make a new Ty the Tasmanian Tiger game, a modern day one with modern day graphics. I think that would do really well, and I think a lot of people would buy it.
I reckon those dunnies are a complete waste of space. Only last week I used one, walked 2 blocks, was clobbered by a frill, and then woke up back on the dunny, which was the best place to be given the surprise I got. Julius reckons it's got something to do with the space-time conundrum. But if you ask me, I think it's a load of bull dust.
So, you're saying that if I have an accident, I'll end up back at one of these?
Something like that.
I also want to point out that the only reason that we got this HD remaster was because of a Kickstarter. The game had a very successful Kickstarter and had a ton of support from the video game community. So if you're interested in checking out the Kickstarter or supporting it, I will have a link in the description below. You can actually get a discount on your PS4 or Xbox copy by pre-ordering it through the Kickstarter.
Truth time! You've got a fair set of choppers on you. I reckon you could put them to good use by pressing the bite button. Get it? It's choppers, bite button. Never mind, Ty, move on. Have a go at those crates.
You're gonna find that one of the collectibles in this game are the bilbies. You have to free them from their cages. Those always reminded me of saving the Jinjos in Banjo-Kazooie, which is pretty much like my favorite game of all time.
I was speaking to a bloke down the local watering hole, and he reckons you can use your rangs to take care of enemies and smash things.
Shoe Ripper!
He said something now, wait a minute, he said something about pressing the throw button to use them.
It's funny because the first thing that I think of when I think about Ty the Tasmanian Tiger was the old school trailer for the game where all of the other platforming characters were in the hospital. It had like Spyro and Crash Bandicoot and Sonic all in cast in the ICU. It's really funny, but that's probably the reason a lot of kids ended up buying that game, was because they played Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Sonic, and they're like, who's this beating up my favorite character?
Oh no, not more cages.
Struth! What happened here?
Boss Cass did this. He's caged all your bilby mates and hidden them across the land.
Oh yeah? Well, big mistake. No one messes with my mates.
Now, there's a thunder egg in each area if you free them.
No worries. Unless you're Boss Cass.
So for those achievement and trophy hunters, this is going to be a collectathon for that full platinum trophy or 1000 gamer score, just because we need to get a 100% in the game and we need to collect absolutely everything. That means we need to find all of the bilbies, we need to find all of the picture frames, we need to collect all of the boomerangs, which are simply all of the weapon upgrades. I think those are story related. But we still need to find all of the rainbow scales and all of the opals. So yeah, a ton of collectibles, guys. Just know that I'm going to be releasing a collectible guide to get that full completion or platinum trophy.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard about this bloke who found 300 opals, then took them to Julius's opal machine. Anyway, something weird happened, and he ended up with a thunder egg.
Righto.
If you couldn't tell already, this game was inspired by a lot of other classic 3D platformers from back in the day, like Banjo-Kazooie, as I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite games of all time, but also games like Spyro and even a little bit Crash Bandicoot. But ultimately, it took all of those influences and other game mechanics and mixed it into its own thing with its own awesome creative character, voice acting, and Australian influence. More than anything, I'm really excited for this game to release on the Xbox One, but as I mentioned before, it is going to be coming to the PlayStation 4 a little bit sooner, in just about 2 weeks or so, at the end of July. So keep an eye out for my trophy guides for this game, guys. For those achievement hunters, you'll probably just have to use the trophy guides to get your achievements once the Xbox version is out. And that's just because ultimately I really love this game and I want to release the collectible guides as soon as possible. And I'm really not trying to wait until the Xbox version is released. So keep an eye out for those trophy/achievement guides, because I'll be uploading those as well as guides for any miscellaneous achievements. Being that the game is full of collectibles and you need to 100% it, I'll probably upload guides per level. So I'll upload, 100% completions level by level, because I don't think anybody wants a 6 to 8 hour video on collecting everything in the game. It'll probably be much better if I split it up. So yeah, anyway guys, in terms of what I think about the HD remaster, I do think it's awesome. It gives me mad nostalgia playing this game, just because I think this was actually probably one of the first games that I bought with my own money back in the day, with some of my birthday money. I must have been, 11 years old at the time when this game first came out. But yeah, ultimately it's probably a bit of a lopsided opinion, being that I have a lot of memories with the game and I purchased it as a child and I played it a lot growing up, so I really do enjoy playing the HD version. Now I do want to foreshadow that this isn't a full-on remake of the game. This is the same old game with brand new textures, but at the same time, I think they did work on the game mechanics and the camera controls and things like that just to modernize it a bit, but definitely not a full-on remake. This is the same classic Ty the Tasmanian Tiger that you played back when you were a kid. One other thing that I really remember about the game was playing it as a kid and swimming in the areas where there are sharks in the water, and I remember just being so freaking anxious and scared of these sharks. I don't know if it's the sound effects that play while you're swimming near the sharks or what, but it's like my first memory of experiencing sharks in video games. I also want to point out that this game is really well written. It's pretty hilarious. It has a lot of Australian style humor and it really cracks me up at times. My favorite character hands down is the scientist koala, Julius. I don't know if I just like his voice acting or if I just like the fact that he's a koala, but any game with a koala gets my approval. Shout out to Stone.
Yes. This just might do.
G'day, Julius.
Oh, hello, Ty. You know, this golden cog just might be perfect for my latest invention. The Cogulacious Boomerangulus Extrapolator.
Right, what's that?
Why, it's a machine that creates experimental techno-rangs. I need golden cogs to build a new one, 15 to be exact. And if you find enough, bring them to my lab in Rainbow Cliffs and I'll build you a new boomerang.
You're on, mate.
Anyhow guys, I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to show you about the first 10 minutes of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger HD on the Nintendo Switch. Keep an eye out for the PS4 release later this month, and then eventually an Xbox One release. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment, and don't forget to like and subscribe.